Yogi, what's going on, bro?
How are you doing?
How's it going, man?
Nice to see you.
Nice seeing you.
Always.
Thanks for coming by.
It's my pleasure.
Please have a seat.
It's always nice to meet beautiful people like you.
Oh, really? Wow.
I love it.
Man, do I pay you now or later or what? You know, what am I gonna do? So, you know, I put you on the spot for this. So we're doing an agent series, and really to showcase who you are. You know, I get to know you. But there's things I want to learn about you still. Your clients get to know you a little bit, but what it is, it's helpful for other agents, whether in Realty ONE Group or not, or somewhere else. But they just get to see who you are, what works for you. You're a high producer. You're a go-getter. Your mindset is crazy. So we're gonna tap in a little bit, okay? All right. And we're gonna say. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell our audience where were you born? Where how long you been in the Bay Area? Those type of things.
Hello guys, I'm Yogi Sharma. So I was born in India. So I was born and brought up in India.
What
Then in Delhi.
In Delhi.
Delhi, yeah. So I studied there. Then my father was in army. So we used to move around all the places in India. So then my father put me in the boarding school. Oh. So from 6th onward, all the way to my college life, I was in the boarding school. But by myself.
Really?
So I was kind of independent since sixth grade.
Wow.
Okay. So then I got a job there in IT. All parents want their son to be engineer. So I did my engineering. So then I got a job in a very big company in India, like Wipro Infotech. Oh, yeah. So I worked there, until 1996. So then I tried to do some business over there, my own business over there in computer business. So I was getting bored over there, right? So I did my business in 1999. I got the opportunity to come in US. Right. So here I am. So I like meeting people. Like I meet you, I talk to you. I laugh with you. Right. Like the awesome people like you. So
thank you.
So then I thought that a lot of people gave me that compliment also, Yogi. Sure. Like you are friendly. You are
very personable.
Yeah, you are very friendly. You don't. You always make everyone very comfortable around you. Sure. Why don't you try something different? So I thought, okay, let's try something of my own. Right. So that is when I decided. I was thinking. So one of my friend, he did the mortgage broker license. So I thought, let me try to do something different. So then I took my realtor license. Right. So surprisingly enough, I really, really loved it. Right. So since I took my license, you don't believe it, how excited I was. Like the day I took the license, the same day I started working. The same day.
Really?
Same day I was filing.
How long ago was this?
This was like 4.5 years ago.
4.5.
Yeah. Wow. So the day I passed my exam, the same day I had an appointment with the brokerage, and I was working there. And the following weekend, I had an open house. You don't believe how excited I was to do the open house.
I believe
it.
Woo!
I got the open house. Can you believe it? I was telling my friends, can you believe that? Sure. That I got my license today, and this coming weekend I'm doing an open house. Right. I was very, very excited, and I just wanted to make sure that I take my own signs. My name should be there, my picture should be there, sure. And I should put my name and the picture on the street so people start recognizing me right away. Right. So I was very excited, and I started finding out where I can get my, there's open house signs done and all that. Sure. And within few days, I got my open house signs done and everything, and I was doing the open house. So then I got my mortgage broker friend also to do the open house with me. So I really loved it. So I would just wanted to tell everyone out there who would like to pursue the career in real estate, right? Right. So you have to love this whole 9 yard. You have to love that thing out there. When you are running with that open house sign, crossing the road, putting the open house sign there, you see your picture. When I see my picture, I see my name on that board. When I start visualizing it. I start visualizing it when somebody will see that. Somebody will read my name on that board and my number, right? Sure. That gives me some pump inside that. That motivates me. The whole thing about real estate, like nurturing your leads. Sure. Getting new clients, right. Getting listings, working with buyers, right. Working with sellers, working with the emotions, yes. Right? Answering each and every question, that is very, very important. And I think the most important thing, the people who are all the future realtors who are watching this, it's very, very important that if you're working with a buyer or seller, always stay on top of uh, top of their top of their priorities. Let's say, for example, if they send you a text message, call, or email,
Right,
you have to reply that immediately.
Sure.
I see that a lot of realtors out there, the moment they take the listing, I call them, they don't pick up the phone, right? They don't pick up the phone. They don't call. They don't call for hours. So that is sometimes I wonder the people, the realtors they take the listings, why they are not picking up the call right now? Why they are not answering in 5 minutes?
Sure.
Right? Why they are not doing it? I feel that is a disservice to the client.
Right, sure.
You know, if you are not in to do all that things, right? I just keep my phone like my when somebody send me a text message, I have a doorbell kind of a ring, ting tong, something like that. Right? So
What is it if your wife is calling you? What are texting her? That's a different one.
That's a different one.
one.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
we'll save that for later. But so let me ask you a couple of questions. Okay, so you decided you have an innate energy quality that drew you to real estate, right? You've had difficult transactions. I've been there with
Yeah,
you
yeah,
on
yeah.
those, right? Whether
Thanks
and
for your
no, I'm not fishing for compliments, but thank you. But the thing is that your mindset is key to you, right? Because you're a positive guy. You're very
thank you.
right, and I think I'm not the only one who thinks that, right? Everyone who's there, you've had not too many years in real estate in comparison to some of the others, but your success has been huge. You've been very vibrant, and your integrity is there, and you push people to get things done.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that, guys, I want to tell you is that I haven't seen someone with Yogi's persistence. His level of persistence is just amazing because, even this crazy market where there were 16 offers, 17 offers, and Yogi, you were at a different brokerage before you came to Realty ONE Group.
Exactly.
One of our agents had a listing, and then he came up to me and was like, "Man, you need to talk to this guy." And I go, "Why? And he was like, "Oh, he's a great agent. I mean, he's really persistent, like really persistent." I go, "Well, tell me." And he was like, "Oh, there's we had double-digit amount of offers and things like that. But this guy does his follow-up and this and that. So to the point where you weren't annoying, but you were very persistent to push the agenda for your client, right? And you got the deal done."
Yeah, exactly. You said annoying, So let's say I do not mind. Let's say if you are a listing agent, if I keep calling you because I'm working for my client.
Sure.
So my fiduciary duty is towards my client. Right. I just wanted to make sure if they like the house. Right? If my client like the house, they will get it, provided they whatever information I give them, or they're ready to spend that money. They are definitely going to get the house if they're working with me. No, I will go after the listing agent like anything. I got so much backlash also from the listing agent. I said, I'm really sorry if I'm annoying you, if I'm disturbing you, but I'm working for my clients. I just wanted to make sure they like the house, they should get this. But at the same time, you have to be very friendly and to respect the listing agent, listing agent as well, right? Which I always try to do that. I always try to make friends with them. And that's why how I win.
You win the deal.
Win the deal.
So when you're the listing agent, and you're on the other side, right? You're the listing agent, and you're having buyer's agents blow your phone up and things like that, or call you and contact you. There are some agents which I still don't understand that will submit an offer on a listing and never have had any conversation.
Exactly. I don't understand that.
Yeah, because I'm just like,
I don't understand when I get the listing, somebody calls me, my phone rings, I answer right away.
Right.
No matter how busy I am.
I think there's a level of, hey, we all get caught up. We're in a situation. Maybe we have a personal thing going on, doctor's visit or whatnot. But regardless, I think within a reasonable time frame, a call should be returned or text.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you are right. In reasonable time. Right. Again, what is the reasonable time we have to decide? Like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour. For some people, 24 hours might be a reasonable time, which is not right. Like 1 hour is okay.
Within our business, one to especially in terms of business hours, 1 hour should be reasonable, or at least some. That, hey, I got your message, I'm finding out, I'm gonna get back to you. Because sometimes it's a question that's posed. But so now when you're on this side of the fence, what do you enjoy more, by the way?
The most thing I enjoy about this business is talking and meeting a new people. Let's say when I meet a new listing agent, it's not like that I'm just talking about the business, talking about the deal and that's it. I try to learn about that listing agent, how he came to the business, how he's seeing the. I just try to be very very friendly and try to understand that person perspective as well also, and try to be friends with him. So most of the time whenever my conversation ends, my conversation like, Yogi, I really like talking to you and all that. Let's close the deal in future. If we don't close this one, let's do the next one. I said absolutely. So then those listing agents do remember me that way.
Good.
Right? So it's not like that I do that purposely. I'm not doing that purposely. It comes naturally to me. I'm not trying hard. Let's say if I meet you, if you are the listing agent, I'll try to talk to you. I'll be friendly with you. I'll be talking. I'll give some time, trying to learn about you and all that. If you show the interest in other person, the other person is going to show interest in you. Because these kind of things, like when I get the call from the other agents and all that, either they are very busy or they don't want to spend too much time, they just talk and all that. Okay, and they are done with it, right? Most of the time. Most of the agents like that. But I would like to try to take my time and try to talk to them as friendly as possible, try to learn how they are doing the business and all that, and try to take something positive out of them, which I can implement them. Because sometimes when I see other agents, how that agent is closing more transactions than me, what they are doing different than me, right? Why can't I do that same thing what they are doing, right? I can also talk, I can also meet the clients and all that. I can do all the same things what they can do. So I just try to see the results what they are getting. Why can't I get the same results? So I try to focus on them.
I mean, your results have been great.
Yeah.
And they've been,
But again, you look forward. Let's say, you look forward. You'll try to look at the top agents. Oh man, that guy's that girl or that guy is closing these many deals. I want to be at that level of one day. How do I do that? What I need to do, what marketing strategy I need to follow, how many magazines I have to send, how many postcards I have to send. What do I need to do?
Well, let's talk about let's shift the conversation for a second.
Yeah.
So the mechanics of real estate are the mechanics, right? Some people are successful in selling without sending any postcard.
Yeah.
Some people rely on that. So that's the whole different thing. But your approach, I want to pick a little bit more into your thought process. How do you stay positive? What do you rely on? Who do you rely on? Is it faith? What is it that keeps you grounded and keeps you centered? Because we all have challenges. I want to ask you about, any things that you had to overcome. Coming from a different country is sometimes an extreme challenge. There's, homesickness and things like that. My parents emigrated here. I was really young when we came here, but there are things. There's trade-offs, right? There's trade-offs to any immigrant story that has left their home base to come and land of opportunity, right? So you come here. But what is it that you usually implement as tools that you could share with us that say, hey, when I'm going through a really tough situation, tough scenario, whether it be professional or personal, what do you rely on? Who do you rely on? What makes it?
Yeah, see, we all make mistakes in life, whether it's a personal or business, right? We all make mistakes. Again, how you get up. When you fall, how you get up and start running. So that is very, very important. I have made so many mistakes in my personal life also. Not in business life, not that much, Like I'm not very, like in my business, okay, I want to do well, but I don't run after the money that badly. I just want to do, okay, this is my approach, this is what I want to do, right? And I just make that plan and I follow that plan. Plan could be like, okay, let's talk about this business first, then I'll talk about like how I got it from the personal life also. Yeah, so this, like in the business approach, like I thought, okay, how should I be in front of the people?
Right.
Like if I'm a realtor, if you are my family or my friend, if you don't know if I'm a realtor, why you are going to give me a business? First of all, you tell me that. I'm telling you, there are a lot of agents out there, their family or friends, they don't know they are the realtor. And when their friends closes the deal, then they learn, oh man, I was a realtor, why didn't you give me this deal? So I didn't know that you're a realtor. Like, this, I heard this thing from one of the realtors, one of my friends bought the property from somebody else, I'm pissed off, and I said, why? He told me that I didn't know that you're a realtor. So this thing really stuck in my head. I said, I don't want to do that. I do not want any of my friends and family member come and telling me that they don't know I'm the you are a realtor, and
That's a pain that no one wants.
I do not want anyone to telling me that. So first thing I did, I said, okay, let me start advertising myself. Like that's why I do the Safeway cards. Like the Safeway card, it's not like that I'm doing it for to generate some leads or trying to get some business. I'm doing the Safeway cards from last 2-3 years now, but I haven't generated even a single lead. But I'm very, very happy.
Right.
I'm really, really, very, very happy. Reason being, the reason I'm happy because of that is because all my friends in my neighborhood go to that Safeway to shop. And every day somebody's standing in front of my card, sending me a picture. Hey Yogi,
So the branding, it's
the
the branding. And you know what? I've called you too. I was like, Yogi, you're helping me get my grocery list because I'm at the Safeway and I see Yogi on the cart and I'm like, hey brother, what's going on? Here's the milk.
So that give me really a lot of happiness. That give me a kick to keep moving.
Keeps you in mind.
Yeah. And every day I hear that kind of that kind of story. I saw your cart, I took your cart, and I went shopping in your cart and all that. Right. So that constantly it's been my friends and family constantly being reminded that I'm a realtor. Right. So then, like as I said, that I run also. So when we are a group of 100 people, when I go there. Now they are advertising amongst themselves for me.
Wow.
They say, oh, I saw Yogi in the cart there. Yogi is everywhere. Yogi is a superstar. Yogi is this. Yogi is that.
Right.
So now they are talking about my marketing on the Safeway card. Right. They are discussing it, and I'm overhearing it, and I'm enjoying that fact that they are without me doing anything. They're constantly.
So it's working.
Reminded.
So it's working.
It's
So
working that
I mean,
way.
it'll translate into transactions. It does translate into deals, but it's not that you're not saying the traditional way of someone calling you and say, "Hey, I'm standing at your cart right now. I need to buy a house." Okay, but it keeps you in mind, right? It keeps them to remember you, and people are going on a weekly basis, right, to get groceries and things like that, and you're seeing that. So now let's talk about a little bit on. You mentioned you're a runner, right? So you run. You're doing a half marathon, is that right?
Yeah, I'm doing a half marathon. Then I'll do in September. I'll do the full marathon. So basically, I'm preparing for the full marathon. So I'm going to run. So I've been running since like 2014.
Really? So you're a runner. You enjoy it.
Yeah,
That's your way to de-stress.
Yeah. No, like when I go for running, it's just like a party to me. I go like we are a group of like 70, 80 people. Right. When we go and meet in the evening and in the morning, we throw crack jokes at each other. And we are running for the cause also, right?
Right. Oh yes.
Yeah. So we are running for the good cause also. We are running to educate the underprivileged kids in India. So it's a good cause, and you are getting healthy also. You are meeting same like-minded people and who are in the same cause. So it's really fun. It's just like a party, you're enjoying out there.
Party. I don't know about running, but I mean for me, I mean I'm a walker, but still. But I'm glad you're doing it, and your knees are holding up, and your calves are in good shape. So you at the Realty ONE Group Summit, you brought a lot of energy there. You talked to everybody. One thing I noticed with you is that you will approach just about anyone and everyone, right?
Yeah.
I think that is the real takeaway here. For our audience to understand is that you don't end up just sitting in a corner with the same people. You end up usually introducing yourself, and I've witnessed it.
Yeah.
And I even if I'm talking to someone, I can hear you, right, from
Yeah,
earshot.
I'm
Well,
loud.
I mean you're loud. I'm loud too. I mean we're both loud. But that laugh is infectious, right? And that's the thing. So that's your trademark.
Yeah.
Guys, I mean, he said he was a runner, but he's actually a dancer. I saw him on the dance floor at the Realty ONE Group Summit in Vegas. The next one you've already, signed up for, so you're going to the next one.
Now this time we are going a lot of people.
Where a lot of people, 40 plus are
40,
going
40, 50
in
people,
February. So we're excited about that. Corporate's done a fantastic job at doing that. Now let's shift a little bit more, and this is going to get a little bit personal. On the personal side of things, right? When how do you overcome those kind of challenges? Because one thing, and the reason I'm asking this is that personal stuff happens to all of us, right? All of us, but it can sideline your business. It can throw you off track. Now, some people will go and dive into their work and just basically crowd out anything else and just not deal with it and just be very vigilant on their work. But most of us aren't like that. If something personal happens, it does affect the business. So it's not a matter, we have the same MLS, we have the same forms, we have phones, right? But what is it that Yogi does to make sure that if anything's going on the personal side of life, it doesn't affect business?
Yeah.
Or, because I've noticed that about you.
Yeah. Personally, when I look at my personal life, like treating your parents, treating your wife, treating your child, treating your sibling, first of all, I think the most important thing is you have to treat each and every, forget about the family, each and every individual with respect.
Right.
That have to be there. You have to put your ego aside. Like a lot of people carry with a lot of egos, Sometimes people have a superiority complex or inferiority complex.
That's true too.
Let's say somebody say, oh, my wife is making more money than me or whatever, you get an inferiority complex. Superiority complex, okay, I'm the king, I'm running the house and all that. Then you start treating the other family members the way you shouldn't, right? So that can, I think it happens in everyone's, in personal lives, like your egos, like in personal life, you put the water bottle here, you may not like it, your spouse may not like it, why are you putting the water bottle here? It should be here. You'll argue about
Use the coaster. Use the
stupid,
coaster.
yeah, use the coaster. Like stupid things you'll fight about, the toothpaste, you open the toothpaste, why didn't you cover
Put
the
the cap on.
cap on and all
I
that.
mean, that bothers the crap out of me.
Right. So like all those nuisance, small things, and then you're on top of that your personal ego and all that. So what I try to do in my personal life is I keep my ego aside, right? I keep my ego aside. I treat my wife, my child, my father, my mother with so much respect and all that. You don't believe that I'm married for my wife from last so many years. I don't remember that I yelled at my wife for like these small things like I don't care if my wife put that toothpaste here and there. Everyone have their habits, right?
Yeah, sure.
Everyone there. So I try to ignore that and all that and move forward. So I made some mistakes in my personal life, financially, like the way I put the money in the stock market and all that, or I some gambled some money out, like a lot of money out, right?
Sure.
Like I'm kind of a loose guy also, right?
Hold on. But the rumor is when you were in Vegas for the summit, that you made out big, man. You made out big.
So when you make big, you think that you are a superstar.
Right.
That is when the problem starts.
I just don't gamble at all. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
So
I'm not gonna make it.
gambling also, I lost a lot of money and all that, which came financially. There's a lot of pressure came to my family, but we all have to understand our weaknesses,
Right.
and we have to work on that.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
So when I figured out, I'm just telling,
Yeah, please.
I'm telling in front of everyone, like and I'm not ashamed of it, because like I lost a lot of money in gambling initially. So then I started realizing, Yogi, are you a gambler? Why you're doing this?
Sure.
Like sometimes you get that kick from gambling and all that, right? You think that as you said, you won one time, you
Right.
think you are a
think you're
king,
invincible.
you go again, you keep doing that.
Right.
So I realized that I can't do that. My family doesn't deserve this.
Sure.
Right. So I just took my initiative. I realized my mistake that I did something wrong. I went to the rehab myself.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you sharing that.
Most of the people do not accept that kind of thing, right?
Right.
They won't think that they have a problem and all that.
Sure.
I thought I might have a problem.
Right.
And finally I went to the rehab and I found out that I didn't have that addiction problem and all that.
Right.
So that was a phase. I had a bad phase where I did that.
Sure.
But I came up very strong with it. My family is very happy with me. My wife is very happy with me.
I'm going to call her. I have her number. I'll check with her.
So we have some tough time over there. My close friends also knows that.
Right.
But other than that, like my parents are also living with me since I moved to America. My mom, dad. So they are with me from last 22 years. My mother passed away last year. My dad is still with me. So I'm sure I might be doing something good in my family also, that my parents wants to stay with me, right? So you have to give that respect to your parents, otherwise your parents are not going to stay with you. You have to give that respect to your wife, otherwise your wife is not going to stay with you.
Right.
You have to give that respect to your
Or vice versa.
kid or vice versa, for that matter, to anyone.
Right.
If you want the people to love you, to accept you
Sure.
as a person, or whatever you do, right? You have to respect each and every individual. So the only thing when I give the respect, I expect that I'll be respected in that same way, and that is what happens when you give respect to somebody. Why the other person won't give you the same respect? Correct. So I think that's how I take it. When I fall back, it's not like that. When I fall, it's not like that I keep going, keep digging my grave and keep pushing myself deeper into it. I just try to come out of it. I try to see if I'm doing something wrong, I have to come out of it, and I have to come out of it stronger than ever.
Right.
So that is, and generally, as I said, laugh as much as you can laugh. Keep smiling all the time. That de-stress you. Don't be serious all the time.
Sure.
Don't see. We all have challenges in life, right? And the life is too short, my friend. Believe me.
No, I believe it.
Right?
I believe it.
Life is too short. You see
know.
that. I don't know how many years are left on this planet, but whatever you do, at least
I mean,
respect happiness, right?
I hope, honestly, I hope that and I mean, you said it the best way, right? The respect, the takeaways again, respect, the care and the concern for the other individual, your approach to everybody. You're giving them a level of trust. You're giving them that level of respect.
And if you do something wrong,
Right.
accept that.
Accept it, right.
90% of the people won't accept it,
Sure,
that I have done something wrong. They think that I'm perfect.
I know. You got to live with yourself.
Can I do anything wrong? No way.
Yeah.
So-
No. I mean, at the end of the day, a human being has to live with themselves, so they have to like themselves. But I think, there's a guy on social, I shouldn't say a guy, but a very prominent speaker on social media, Tom Bilyeu. I've attended his class, and he said one point, and that reminds me of what you're saying, is that, hey, if you're alone by yourself, just by yourself, do you like being alone with yourself?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will go out and they'll go they want to be amongst others because they actually don't like to be alone by themselves. And so to your point, right, you have to really look internally and say, okay, what changes do I need to make? What do I need to do to become better, and a better version? My goal, hopefully, and I'm not, I want to ascribe to it, I'm not perfect. I always have situations, but by the time I die, I want to be the best version of myself at the time of my death. You are
a very you have a very likable personality.
you.
The majority of the people I've met, everyone likes you, like in the Vegas and all that.
The majority? What's the minority saying? What's the minority saying?
Yeah, you're not talking to everyone over there,
No, I'm just
but like all the people who are met, everyone has to say good things about
Well,
you.
I appreciate that.
I think
appreciate
I haven't like all the realtors and all the agents I've worked with who has worked with you in the past. So they have said all the good things about you. So
thank you.
so
Thank
which
you.
is really
No, I appreciate that.
which is really admiring.
No, thank you.
So that's the reason I here in Realty ONE Group also I'm not praising about you. I think this is the one thing which attracts me over here is like the way you handle everything. You're always available to answer questions. You always help your realtor friends. So that is really admirable.
I
I really appreciate that.
We've had a lot of late night conversations, right? It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, hey,
Yeah, that's sometimes I told you, hey, Navid, how did you reply back so late at night? You just-
I even replied back to you when I was on the plane.
Yeah,
right. I was
exactly,
like, I
yeah.
can't take your call, but I can do,
Yeah,
I can do that. But no, it's great.
No, but that's your attitude. You want to help people out there. You want other people to succeed also. That's your attitude.
Well, thank you.
That's something to look up to. So I really admire that. So that is what makes me stick here and work with you. You are just like a brother to me.
Thank you, man.
so-
I appreciate that. I appreciate it. One question for you, just away from the seriousness, but from that aspect of it. If we went to your car right now, what do you have playing on the radio?
Radio?
Yeah. Do you have anything?
I just play. I have a subscription to my YouTube music.
Yeah.
I just listen.
what are you listening to then? That's what I'm saying, from YouTube.
Bollywood.
Bollywood.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, generally, when I hear music is also very important thing.
Sure.
So like, what kind of music you hear? If you hear too sentimental music and all that, your mood will also go like that, right?
you're right. Yeah, music
So I
does.
try to hear very upbeat kind of a song. So when I was coming here,
Right.
I thought, okay, I'm going to meet David and all that. So I was listening to the upbeat. So if I play that song, you'll see that the music is, it's
Right.
really upbeat.
Upbeat.
So which gives me that energy. So it doesn't put me in that mind frame. So
Okay, good.
So,
Good point. So you use that. So you're not listening to.
very-
No. If
Sad
I
music
no
or
no
anything,
sad
right?
music no.
No?
If
No,
I
no,
will
no.
see everything
Has a reaction.
reaction.
Right.
If you have sad music, so let's say if you break up your girlfriend or whatever, you may listen to the sad music and all that, right? And that will put you in a bad mind frame and all that, right?
Got it.
So again, speaking of the music also, like let's say I just give you example of my eldest brother. So my sister-in-law just passed away last year.
Sorry.
So my brother went in a completely negative mind frame. So now the music he hears, all that music, he doesn't want to come out of that zone. Because he's listening to that music, but you are in a negative mind frame and you are always thinking about that. You will
It's
never.
mourning, still mourning,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
still mourning.
Still mourning.
Yeah,
So how do you come out of that? You'll think positive, listen to the upbeat music, do some exercise, wake up early in the morning, do something productive with your life. Then only you can come out of it that thing. So that's why I never listen to the sad music. No, it's not for me.
It's not for you. I think though, from the perspective of just when someone goes through that kind of challenge, I mean, it has to take its course, but hopefully those around them will help uplift them to get out. And sometimes it's very difficult. I mean, I'm very fortunate. Both my parents are living, haven't experienced, death close to me per se. Yes, friends, have passed and things like that. And as I get older, more and more, we have these kind of tragic situations. But I was fortunate for many years where there was no death actually. But I realized from my own personal faith and things like that, hey, we're here for a temporary time. And we're here for a limited time. So this is, let's make our impact here. And it's not all about making money, and it's not all about, this and that.
Absolutely.
It's about really, the reward is really trying to help others and things like that. And are we always perfect? No, we're not, but we're trying to get that. But hopefully your brother will be.
Speaking of helping others, I think you raise a very good point. Hats off to all the people out there who goes out, who give their time and help underprivileged kids, feed the people hungry and all that. I know some of my friends who go to these places. You guys also did that, right?
We did the event, right?
You did that event, and I know some of my friends who go to these places, charitable organizations. They cut the vegetables, make the foods, pack the food in the boxes, and feed hunger. So hats off to those guys. If you can do that, I want to do that more. Sometimes all these things has to come from inside also, right? Right. So really hats off to those people who are there and helping other people out.
No, it's a great energy, and you usually get more than what you give. When you come away from that, and you feel better about the world. That hey, there's more positive than negative. There's more good than bad. And even individuals, sometimes we get categorized or stereotyped that hey, this group is bad or that bad, and we have to judge on an individual basis. But that gives an opportunity to show that there is good in the world, and majority of people are good and they want to do good. It's just unfortunately sometimes there's opportunities, there's some career criminals and things like that, and you're gonna run into them. And that can affect you, but we got to stay positive. So thank you for making the time, man. It's always a pleasure to always talk to you. I know you're extremely busy, and but I'm glad you made the time today to come out. And I really wanted you to people to get to know who you are, other than the shopping cart, right? and the fabulous hair. But that they get to see the other side. I learned something about you today. I didn't know you're a runner. But I'm glad that you take that up. I mean, I'm happy to follow you in my car.
No, I think it's very, very important that one should do something like this Bollywood star Akshay Kumar.
Yes.
Yeah, I was seeing his interview with someone in one of his interviews. He said if you cannot take 1 hour out of 24 hours for yourself or for your fitness,
Right.
you are definitely doing something wrong. And he said this like so many years ago.
Wow.
And that sentence really stuck in my head. I said, yeah, he's absolutely right. If you can't take 1 hour out of 24 hours
Right.
to do something good for your body, for your mind or soul, right? It could be anything, he said. He said, go for a walk.
Sure.
Do 10,000 steps or walk 1 or 2 miles or do something,
Right.
at least for 1 hour. If you'll do that, you are doing justice to your body and mind and soul, so
Yeah, it's all interconnected.
yeah.
It is
So
interconnected.
that thing really stuck to me, and whenever I get lazy, those words of him always haunt me, and I get up and I start running again.
Great. No, that's good. I mean, life is about reminders, right? Those are reminders. So on our agent series, that's what we want to do, is we want to have these folks be able to look at, for me to learn, for others to learn from you. You've done amazingly well. We wish you more success as the years come by. And we've got a crazy market right now in terms of it's pivoted, but I've seen this before. It's went from a seller's market to a buyer's market. It will eventually be a seller's market again. When and who knows? No one knows exactly when, but the transition is always a little bit tough.
Yeah, I think in our business, I think it's very important not to get discouraged. I think there are a lot of times you will feel discouraged that you put so much hard work and all that go to waste or something.
Sure.
We hear all the stories. I worked with this client left me for the other agent or whatever the reason is.
Right.
Do not ever discourage. Keep doing the right thing, and the success will follow you for sure. There's no doubt. Keep doing that. Don't get discouraged. Just take it as experience. Just enjoy that experience. Try to learn the people. Try to learn, because I remember that I might have told you, in Dublin I sold one home. So this family, I did everything, everything in my power to get the best, the top dollar for them.
Sure.
And I did actually.
Right.
And I was going out of my way also. I was looking out each and everything, doing the landscaping, doing the advertising, everything,
Right.
When the landscaper was there, I was there. If the home inspector was there, I was there. I was personally looking at each and every corner of the house myself,
Right.
But that husband was very nice. He was really appreciating my effort. But the wife was always looking at me with the suspicion. Why he was doing that? What is his interest? He always had that suspicion.
What's the motive, huh?
But what is motive? He was always keep. But I think some people are like that. They just want to look with a suspicion, right?
Right.
So I did my best. Seriously, I did the best. I wanted to do the best for them.
Sure.
So I really did it. And after 2-3 years, also she then came back to me. She sent me a text message. Yogi, you talk about the trust and all that. But you knew the seller also. You did something with the seller and all that, and then you sold our property. I said, who told you that?
Right.
And I was so disappointed with that. I said, stop suspecting me like that. I said, if your seller can prove it, I will never practice real estate ever if they'll prove that. If I took a $1 from the seller also.
Sure.
But the thing the point what I'm trying to make here is. That although the people may look at with the suspicion, all that, although you may get discouraged with that kind of attitude, but never give up. That experience, I still cherish that experience in the sense that's a very, very good learning for me.
Right.
Right?
No, excellent point, because they say either you're winning or you're learning.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
no
exactly.
losses. There's
Yeah,
no
yeah.
losses because you learn.
And that is the beauty of this business.
Right.
If you love people, if you try to learn about different mindset, how the people think, because everybody think differently, right?
Yeah, no,
Right?
of course.
Everybody think different.
They have a different perspective.
Everyone has a different perspective, and respect that. It's not. There's nothing wrong and right. So you have to respect each and every individual. You can't expect the way I am. Everyone has to be that way. Some people are quiet, right?
Sometimes it's easier that way. See,
Right?
I mean,
Right.
just think the way I think and we're good, right? Right?
Yeah, I'm the best.
I mean, I didn't even say that. I just said just think the way I think, and then we're good. We're good. So, well, on that note, thank you again for making the time. Always a pleasure talking to you, and we're gonna do this again. All right.
Anyway, I want you to talk for 1 more hour.
We can do that, guys. I'm gonna leave you guys with him. I'm gonna go take a little break, so he can manage his own show. No, thank you, Yogi. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.